When I was 15, my mother sold her wedding bangles. I thought it was just gold. I didn't know it was her dream, her pride, her only gift from father. All for one thing: to pay my school fees. A mother is saving coins in a small box, selling her only gold quietly without telling anyone, to pay for her son's education, never asking for anything in return, never showing pain. She told father I got a scholarship, but the truth was hidden inside a red pouch she handed to the school accountant. The son starts skipping school, lies, plays games and follows friends. He fails in exams. His mother hears the news, doesn't scold him, just walks away and stays silent for days. She didn't cry. That's what killed me the most. Her silence was louder than any slap. Years later, now working, he finds her old red pouch, empty. He asks her about it, and she smiles with watery eyes. That was my effort. It turned into your future. The son realizes what she gave up, the bangles, the pride, and what he almost threw away. Now I earn thousands, but nothing feels enough, because one piece of gold paid for a whole life. I didn't respect them. I buy expensive things now, gifts, perfumes, leather shoes, but I still feel small, because no matter how hard I try, I can never buy back what she gave up for me. She sold her wedding bangles, her only piece of jewelry, to pay for my dreams. And what did I give her in return? Disrespect, excuses, failure. She didn't ask for my success. She just wanted me to try. I couldn't even do that. I remember her hands, the way they looked when she cooked, cleaned, packed my lunch, wiped my tears. And now, when I hold those same hands, they're tired, empty, shaking, and I wonder how many times she quietly broke so I wouldn't. She used to say, "Just read it a good way, son, and make your future better," and I used to roll my eyes. Today I would give anything to go back, to hold her face in my hands and say, "Mom, you were right. I see it now." People say heaven lies under a mother's feet, but what they don't tell you is, sometimes we keep looking for heaven in the wrong places, while she's sitting quietly in the next room, waiting for a single word, a single hug, a little bit of time. So, if your mother is still alive, don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait to become rich. Don't wait to be less busy. Hold her hands today, not when they're too cold to feel it, not when the tears you cry are too late to matter. My mother never raised her voice. She never gave speeches about love or duty. Her love wasn't loud. It was layered in roti dough, tucked into iron school uniforms, and stitched inside the silence of late nights. She didn't teach me with words. She taught me by example, and I didn't understand that lessons whispered in silence are the hardest to forget. We always think we'll have time. I'll call her tomorrow. I'll visit next week. But time doesn't wait for anyone, not even for a mother who waited her whole life for a little recognition. So today, I don't need a reason. I'll go to her, sit beside her, and just say, "Thank you for loving me in ways I never saw, and I'm sorry it took me this long to see you." I used to think strength looked like success, big titles, big cars, applause. But now I know real strength looked like my mother walking to the pawn shop with shaking hands and a steady heart. She didn't just raise a child, she buried her needs, her desires, her youth, just so I could stand. She didn't leave behind property or wealth, she left behind a legacy of quiet dignity. Now, every time I doubt myself, every time life gets heavy, I close my eyes and remember her face the day she smiled through pain. That's when I remind myself I come from her, and I owe her a life she never got to live. Maybe I can't return the gold bangles, but I can wear her values like armor. I can walk into the world with the humility, the strength, and the grace she carried every day. I won't waste this life she built for me in silence. I will speak, I will rise, and I will never forget the woman who loved me more than she ever loved herself. There's so much I never told her. I never said thank you for walking miles just to save a rickshaw fare. Never said sorry for the nights I yelled instead of listening. I never told her that she was my hero, because I was too busy looking for heroes outside my home. Now every I love you I didn't say echoes in an empty room, and every smile I ignored haunts me in old photographs. So many of us wait for the perfect moment, the right words, the right time. But love doesn't need timing, it just needs truth. If your mother is still waiting for you to notice her pain or hear her silence, don't wait any longer. Because the worst grief isn't losing her, it's realizing she was fading long before you noticed.
She gave me everything, without ever asking for anything in return. Today I carry her love in my heartbeat and her sacrifice in my silence. If you still have your mother, don't just love her, show her. Before love becomes memory,